So if you are actually from Pittsburgh High's class that went on the cruise, please type in your name, type where you're from, so I could differentiate all you guys and get down to the nitty-gritty with the recap and all that good stuff, because it is piling up. And once again, please share this link. Just cut and paste the URL, put it on your Facebook or any social media. Get it on there right now, please, so everyone knows that it's going on. Some people are kind of, how should I say this, crawling with their effort in terms of being able to get on. But everyone's different. I understand that. Not everyone's as computer savvy as Brenda Rivas is, or Sandy, or Malia. So we'll work with you. But in the meantime, share the link, and let's see what happens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Pittsburgh High alum that went on the cruise with me. She was part of the core committee that put all this together. I was part of it. It was a very, very small committee, but we were able to come together and work as a team to make this event possible. So, without further ado, I'll get into it really quick. This past weekend was, believe it or not, my 30th high school reunion. Yes, and it was actually an idea of 4 people. There was more, but they kind of fell off, about putting together a cruise over a year ago. And we decided, let's give it a shot. We were bouncing around the ideas of different places, lengths of the cruise. We decided, let's make it Ensenada, Mexico, 3-day cruise. Let's knock it out. Bam. So we went into the process of making all that happen. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I need to give a shout out to another Pittsburgh High alum, Daniel Flores. What's up, Daniel? You're my main man on Burton. Another attendee of the cruise. You came in just in time, Daniel, because I was going to get into the nooks and crannies of my recap. But anyways, getting back on track. Yeah, a lot of people was interested in it, but there was quite a few people that didn't commit as we expected. But overall, I would say there was roughly, correct me if I'm wrong, Brenda and Daniel, maybe 30 to 40 plus that went, plus family. But yeah, we made it happen, and it was just a tremendous event. First off, I want to give a shout to the core committee members, Brenda, obviously, Justine, Candy, myself. We made this happen. We couldn't have made it happen unless we all worked as a team, and we certainly did that. And being able to do an ambitious reunion of this magnitude, hey, there was going to be a lot of things unexpected, but everything came together, and it was incredible. Totally incredible. So, 55, 36 alum. There you have it. Incredible. Seriously, I am touched by the response and how everyone came together. Let me get back on track. Because, yeah, I mean, everyone took time from their work, from their families, to be able to come out and enjoy this event. Means a lot to me, means a lot to everyone that put it together. Yeah, let me get back on track. So, if you're just now tuning in and you are a alum, please type in your name, type where you're from, so I could go ahead and give you a shout. So, everything started on Friday. We drove in from Las Vegas. That's myself and Malia. Malia is inside the chat. We went from Vegas to Long Beach Port. Took about 4+ hours, really no traffic. Everything was cool. Got in. They were automatically having everyone board. There was food galore. It was fabulous because I was fucking starving. All right, so got in, ran into a few peeps, and just, wow, it was happening. Then we all gathered over at the top deck for pictures and for meet and greet. That was fun. They also had the whole like what they call mustard or muster safety thing that they did, which was cool. I guess if you don't show up, they're going to embarrass the hell out of you. They'll go up to your cabin and raise hell. So that was happening. And also, one of our alums, Andrew Mercurio, was the very, and I kid you not, he was the very last person that boarded the ship. He was 3 hours prior, he was already stuck on somewhere on Highway 5 where they were having all the fires and they were rerouting people. Well, he was there. He sent me a picture. He said, Sam, he texted me a picture. Sam, you guys have fun. I don't think I'm going to make it. And he sent me the picture of the flames going up. They're rerouting us. I don't know what to do. So I was like, there's still time. There's still time. Just believe in it. Believe in it. And then once we boarded, once we did our meet and greet and we were on the top deck taking pictures, we had our bags exchanged with our shirts and buttons and all this cool reunion stuff. It was pretty much that. We were like, okay, we're going to set sail. Out of the blue, with the grace of God, miracle, Andrew shows up, just running in. It was like looking at a ghost because it was like impossible for him to have been on. But somehow, some way, he was able to come on the ship. And he's made up this incredible story about hopping over freaking barricades and parking separators just to get on. And it was just incredible. But yeah, he made it on. Props out to you, Drew, for being very savvy and just putting that will to get on the ship. You did it. Thank you. Yeah, so that was the initial Friday. Everyone gathered together, took pictures, all that good stuff. If you want to see more info on all this, just go to my social media on Facebook or Instagram. Everything's posted there. There's also additional links to other people that's part of the entire cruise. You could check that out as well. So that's Friday. We did the whole dinner thing. Fabulous food. Casino. Checked out the casino. Won a little, lost a little. That was all good. That was Friday. Saturday, the next morning, just checking out the ship. This was the Carnival Inspiration. It's a pretty decent sized ship. There was a lot of activities. The one activity we wish we could have done was the fucking slide. The slide was off the hook. I'm not talking about the kids slide. I'm talking about the adult slide. And a lot of our alumni did have the opportunity, but unfortunately wasn't able to get a chance to do it. Sucks. It really sucks. But there was a lot of other things to do, and I'll get into that in just a few minutes in terms of some pros and cons regarding the cruise. So Saturday, did the usual hanging out with a few of the alumni, catching up, taking pictures, cocktail hour, all that. Fast forward to dinner, had that, same place, great dinner. I mean, they just really go off the hook. Desserts, I just went overboard. I hate to say this. I went overboard. Yeah, that's another story. So the desserts, off the hook. Props out to the staff there that served us at the tables. Incredible, took care of us. Way, way fun. After dinner, went to check out the comedy club. And they had Netflix comedian Jalen Bishop in the house. And she was funny as shit. There was another gentleman, older gentleman that was, I'm not sure if they're like alternating or he was the opener, but he was pretty funny too. But Jalen Bishop was off the hook. Her comedy was crazy, crazy cool. So props out to Jalen Bishop. Keep up the good work. You're going to make it. You're going to make it big one of these days. What else we do? Oh, did the club thing. Danced over at that main club. They played a lot of Latin stuff. Went across the board. Pretty much an open format. Exactly like how we do it here. So that was a lot of fun. So that was that night. What else? Oh, obviously, if you've never been on a cruise, guess what? There's food 24/7. So there's this restaurant where you can go up, get drinks, get pizza, get ice cream, everything. So we went up there, got our midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning fix. It was beautiful. And it just comes with the cruise. You don't pay for a single thing. Well, you pay for certain things, but as far as the food and things, that's part of your package. So it's just as much as you can take in. That's the thing about cruises that everyone will tell you. You can overeat really fast. So that was the cool thing. Let's go to Sunday. Sunday, we landed over at Ensenada, Mexico. That was incredible. Once you get off, you could do whatever the fuck you want until like 5:30. You could get off as early as 8 a.m. We got off roughly, I don't know, like 10 in that neighborhood. So got off, met up with a few alumni, and we decided, hey, let's go ahead and take this tour bus, go downtown, figure out what to do. So we go downtown. Actually, the tour guide was mentioning on the bus there was a lot of activities. You could do horseback riding, you could do zip line, you could do the zoo where you have like miniature lions and tigers. It's like a miniature zoo of sort. So those were the offerings that the tour guide was making. You can make a decision once you get off the bus. So once we arrive at this bus area, you could drink your ass off, all that for pennies. Myself and Malia, we decided to do the horseback excursion. So the rest of the crew, including Daniel, he's in there, they took off to this place. I believe it's called Boobs and Beer. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that place, they turned it up. I'm not going to get into details, except you got to ask Daniel what happened. Anyway, went and did the horseback. It was beautiful. We started off on this trail, then the horses led us toward this beach area or up along the shore. Beautiful. It was tremendous. I recommend that for anyone in any excursion. If you haven't done horseback riding, it is really peaceful. There's so much serenity in doing it. Really off the hook. That is, you got to do horseback riding. That's for sure. What else? After that, went to this open market where there was a lot of people selling stuff. It was right next to what they call is the legendary blowhole. It's a section cliff where the water would rush in and it just shoots out freaking water like a freaking volcano. Right next to that is a market, and that's where you could get and bargain all kinds of stuff. I got a few souvenirs here and there. And it's that whole experience, that whole outing was just totally beautiful. Picked up some cool stuff. And yeah, it was just tremendous. It was really tremendous. After that, we went down to the ship, back on, did the same thing again, dinner, club, all that, and finally Monday arrives and we close it out. Pretty simple, pretty fun. Love to do it again. But as far as being able to kind of nitpick things, yeah, there's some great moments, but there's also some stuff that I wish it could have been better. So you're probably expecting this, but here we go. It's the pros and cons of my first cruise experience. Papas and beers, that's the one, not boobs and beers. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. Papas and beers. And the alumni that went there really, really took it to the next level. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Just kidding. Anyway, pros and cons of the trip. Pros. Number one is the unity of the class. The class overall was just incredible. Everyone felt welcome. Everyone felt united. It was something that was just very touching to know everyone supported, everyone being there, and how all that played out. I loved it. Number two, the robust activities that was scheduled kept everyone busy, kept everyone kind of like, okay, this is what we need to do. Meet up here, meet up there. Props out to Candy, Justine, Brenda for you guys kind of like scheduling stuff, because that made everything that much more fun and much more detailed. Love it. Number 3, the food and hospitality. The ship, Carnival Inspiration, off the hook. Crew members, staff, they did very well. Thank you so much. There's nothing negative about the whole situation, but everyone just getting taken care of, and that was a great thing. All right, the cons of the cruise. Number 1, and a lot of these cons you guys are going to agree with me. I wish more class members went. Unfortunately, everyone has lives, whether it's children, jobs, crisis, circumstances. I get that. We all get that. But this was an incredible event. And if this ever was to repeat, it would just be phenomenal, but I highly doubt it. It's just because it's one of those once-in-a-lifetime event that was set up right, set up properly, and without a doubt was incredible on all levels. But if more people went from our class, it would have been that much more inspiring, and everyone would have had to take into experience and have these memories like everyone else did. So that's my only gripe on that. The other con was that, unfortunately, we had to move rooms. Yeah, Brenda, I know you were next to us in the next room, but unfortunately, we were directly under the galley, and the galley was just dropping pots, moving stuff, shifting stuff. It was just a freaking headache. The galley was not where it should be, where the cabins were. It was a mess. So we ended up going to the 4th floor, from the 7th to the 4th floor, to get another cabin, which was the exact same type but more quiet. Props out to the staff for making that a seamless situation happen. So yeah, that was one gripe. It's just more of a placement thing. The final con is that the cruise was way too short. Way too short. I think if it was maybe a 4-day cruise minimum and 5-6 day, it would have been perfect. I think if there was one day where we could just not do any type of alumni reunion stuff and just like freelanced it, whether we're doing stuff on the ship or what have you, that would have been a great addition, because it was just too short. That's it. That's as far as my cons go. That's all. And as you can tell, it's more like a nitpick sort of con thing, but nonetheless, it's my opinion in terms of how things could have been better. But it is what it is, and it was just a tremendous, incredible event. And once again, thank you all for being able to make it happen. If you're just now tuning in, I just got done with my recap of the Pittsburgh High Cruise Reunion 2019. If you want to shout, please type in your name, type where you're from. That's another con. The dinners happened to be extra long for whatever the case, whether it was just a staff issue or just getting our orders. It just took forever. It was just way too long. So, that's about it. We all had a good time. There's so many pictures and stuff that's online that everyone's sharing. If you guys have access to a friend or even me, I'll go ahead and send you the link so you guys could check out the incredible reunion that we had and be able to check out and experience what we went through and all that good stuff. So guys, thank you all for checking out the Slammin Mixshow recap of the cruise. Now, for what you guys have been waiting for, is the mix. So without further ado,